What a play, play after play after play.
And there it is.
And she is taking over.
Love that.
He's got a lot of room to run.
The greatest conference in the country is showing out tonight, gentlemen.
Wow.
Home run.
That's number one on SportsCenter right there.
Daquan Davis into the paint, and he puts it in for a 2-point lead. Your WCAC champions.
As we take a photo with our guest of honor, the reason we're all here, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Behan Strong, Coach Pat Behan. We love you, Coach. Ladies and gentlemen, we invite each of you to share a message of encouragement via Facebook, Instagram, or X at Behan Strong. That's B-E-H-A-N Strong. Behan Strong. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Pat Behan. Our final matchup of the evening between the St. John's Cadets, your home team hosts, and the Fulton 6 Commanders.
Where you gonna sit?
We welcome you to Gallagher Gymnasium. At this time, we ask that you kindly join us in reviewing the Washington Catholic Athletic Conference Sportsmanship Creed. The Scholastic Athletic events of the WCAC entitle spectators to enjoy a competitive exhibition of skills in a Christian educational setting. Spectators, please give the student athletes positive encouragement and support. Show respect for opposing players, coaches, spectators, and support groups. Please refrain from booing, taunting, or intimidating the officials and opponents. Such behavior is unfriendly and unacceptable. Please respect the integrity and judgment of the game officials. They are doing their best to promote the student athlete and the game. Be a positive representative of your school community. Thank you very much for your support of the WCAC Sportsmanship Creed. At this time, we ask that you rise and remove your hats for our pre-game prayer. Then please remain standing for our national anthem. Let us remember that we're in the holy presence of God. Dear Lord, help me to play my very best during this game. Teach me to treat my fellow team members and coaches, officials and opponents with respect and dignity. Challenge me to always do what is best for my team and not necessarily for myself. Enlighten me to the powerful life blessings I will experience during this competition, win or lose. I ask all these things through Christ our Lord. Amen. St. John Baptist de La Salle. Live Jesus in our hearts. And now the playing of our national anthem. So now the starting lineups. First for the visitors, the Panthers. ball, the 6. They'll be wearing the black jerseys as the visitors. Number 1, Kurt Brown Jr. Number 14, Ryan Hall. Number 22.
Thank you for being with us for the fourth and final game here from St. John's tonight. The Behan Strong Invitational 2026, just your average matchup between two of the best DC Catholic school programs and certainly one of the best high school teams in the nation. On behalf of so many folks that we're going to have a chance to thank throughout this game, I'm Ken Marangolo, joined by Kevin Ricca.
I'm super pumped to be here. And, Ken, one thing about numbers is they don't lie. This is the number 1 team in our nation's capital. This is the number 1 team in the state of Virginia, Paul VI. And they're also the number 1 team in the United States of America. So on a Saturday night here in Washington, D.C., we got our hands full. And this gym is packed. The atmosphere is great.
It is. We're still on Christmas break. It's an interesting mix of everyone who knows damn well this is going to be a really good game. That's who came here tonight to watch this game. And it's a high school basketball loving crowd. You do have some students, but again, it's Christmas break. People hear that Coach Farrell's bringing his boys to Military Road, and we're going to get a good one and get to say his name all night long. As Coach Glenn has meant so much to the St. John's community and family with everything he's done to support Pat Behan. All night long, you'll see the QR code on the screen. You'll see the website at the bottom of the screen. Please be a part of it. We'll turn it over now to Coach O'Connor.
Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight as we come together in support of Coach Behan in his fight against ALS. Thank you to all the teams who participated today in the Behan Strong Invitational and helped make this night possible. Thank you to Pat's wife, Natalie. Your unconditional love and dedication to Coach Behan is nothing short of inspirational. I want to take a moment to recognize Coach Behan's care team, some of who are here today. Millie and her family, Charles, Mark Stern, Steve Schwartz, and so many more people who have stepped up. Thank you. Tonight is also about the D&D basketball community. Nights like this show how special this area can be when we rally around something bigger than the game. Special thank you to Glenn Farella. They say true friendship is doing something for someone that can never be repeated. UVI is fortunate to have a great basketball coach in this program. So I also want to recognize you for the behind the scenes love, friendship, and support from Coach Behan. Thank you to St. John's for allowing this event to take place and dedicating every dollar raised tonight to Coach Behan's fight against ALS. Finally, I want to close with just a simple request. Please check out the merchandise outside. All those funds help raise for Behan Strong, but also it keeps his story alive when we're in our community. Please take part in the silent auction. A lot of great programs rallied around St. John's and Coach Behan, so please take part in that. Consider making a donation via behanstrong.com. And finally, if you can find it in your heart, you can go to behanstrong@gmail.com, behanstrong@gmail.com, and just write him and Natalie an email and words of encouragement. We see it so often when we're out and about, the love for him. Man, I know it would mean the world if you just took 5 minutes to write an email and say, I'm thinking about you, and you have our support. Thank you guys, and I truly hope we put on a game worthy of your call. Thank
you. Coach Glenn there. Telling us what it's all about, why we're here. And we'll see it again throughout the course of this game. It's an amazing opportunity for so many people here to be a part of something special. Coach Behan created something special here at St. John's, and it has been continued on by so many people in this building today. Natalie just just absolutely a warrior in her own right.
Now, there's some people in here that I would say part of Coach Behan's staff of life. Obviously, those two coaches right there, his wife Natalie, Mark across the gym right there. I mean, he's got a bunch of people right here that he's surrounded himself with that are incredibly special. And here we go.
Oh, and by the way, arguably the number one player in the nation is playing in this game.
And we're going to say
Did
his
we
name
mention that?
100,000 times. Jordan Smith. They call him Smitty.
Number 23 for PVI, number 1 in your hearts.
He's the best I've ever seen in this gym in my life, and that's I've been here. I've grown up in this gym, and this guy he's so special as he goes right to the low block and posts up.
Backs away, rises up off the front of the iron, no good. Zion Chase with the rebound, an active member of the big men here that Coach O'Connor's putting on the floor.
Yeah, another name we've said for 4 consecutive years. Zion Chase has been around forever, it seems like. What a career he's had.
John Mavini getting a touch. Up top to Vini. Finds the corner. And they're going to say he hopped out after a little encouragement there.
There was a
Brian Barr.
There was a little bit of assistance on the hop out.
Turk Brown on the ball. Coach Glenn Farrell always seems to have himself a point guard extraordinaire on these squads. Nice little dish. Barr outside, busy hand. Zion Chase knocked out of bounds. I'm really happy for Coach O'Connor. You've seen him really get comfortable in his role here over the last couple of seasons. The kids really respond, and this program is doing some things at his direction. As Smith gets underneath the defender, they'll call the foul on the ground, I guess, before.
Yep, on the foul. Let's make sure that everyone's
Jordan
okay
Taylor
here. That was
here.
a little bit ugly. Jordan Taylor gets so high off the ground. He is one of the most athletic jumpers in the area. And he got his legs tangled up a little bit, and he hit hard. Glad to see him popping up. Popping up like toast, like Frankie Louvu says.
Ooh, they need to check the ground. Jordan Taylor hit it pretty hard. And they will give Jordan Smith shots.
Really? Didn't he make the layup?
Exactly. I guess.
Yeah, it's the and one.
And he rattles it in and out. Jeremy Clark pushes the ball up.
And when you say push the ball up, Ken, both these teams want to go 150,000 miles per hour, and it's going to be very exciting.
John Mavini on the ball. The do-everything playmaker for St. John's. Zion Chase working on Mina. Spins at the bottom of the lane. He gets a little bit of a bounce, and Jordan Taylor can't quite convince it to stay on St. John's side. No, he does. They're going to say that's off of PVI. It'll be cadet ball with 20 on the shot clock. Feeney working on Barr. He'll spin around at the corner, make his way past Jordan Smith, and they bounce it around. It's going to come back out. Panther ball as Barr pushes. Turk. A little bit of a slip underneath. Strong shot. Mina gets it back. I keep wanting to say J.R. Mitchell, but it was. And look at this. Jeremy Clark drawing the foul. He'll go to the line for 2. Number 22 looks pretty good as well in that defensive role.
Absolutely.
Whatever role you want to have him play.
He's the transfer. Came into the program from Verena over the summer, and in their big game against Prolific Prep, when Prolific Prep was the number 1 team in the country, double overtime loss, the only blemish on the Paul VI record, that young man had 31 points that day. That tells me he came ready to go, Ken, and a great fit for Coach Farello.
Jordan Smith on the ball, teed up by Vini. Mino gets it back to Smitty. 10 on the shot clock. Deep three. And that looked pretty good as J.R. Mitchell finds the back of the rim. That's been a tough rim today.
It has been. Gonzaga went 0 for 14 and 3 of 27 on that side of the court tonight, and it was just one of those days that the ball would not drop. But everyone's having a hard time shooting on this end tonight. But
Jeremy Clark.
He seems fine on this end.
Yes. Get him while you can on this side. It's a tie game. Turk kicks it. 3 ball. For Mina, no good.
It's a great box out by Vini, too.
No, sorry. Jordan Taylor. Yeah, exactly. Getting the win there.
Kareem Smith-Bay wearing number 13 tonight, not number 5.
They always do that to us.
There's someone in Florida right now rocking a sweet Kareem Smith-Bay 5 jam from the Christmas tournament is my bet.
Makes sense.
Well,
physical Jaimin Vini delivers to Kareem Smith-Bay, who's going to get fouled on the ground by Turk Brown.
These WCAC items are big value on the black market, Ken. I remember 25 years ago, Kevin Gibbs. There's someone right now in Altoona, Pennsylvania, in a Gibbs throwback. And by the way, the shorts then, they were not exactly what you would want to wear in public now.
They were how they sound. They were short.
Yep.
As short as they come. Vini gets it out to Clark. Still over 20 on the shot clock. Kareem Smith-Bay for 3. High rebound. And that's going to stay St. John's ball. I think they got that right. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Jaimin Vini to inbound.
Both these teams are way better than this on offense, but they're feeling themselves out here.
Jordan Taylor, as strong as they come.
I was going to say. He's
working against 2 or 3 Panthers there. Smitty kicks it to the corner for the 3. Cyan Chase tries to corral that ball on the sideline. It'll be PVI ball. Still 5-5 with just over 3.5 to go in the first quarter.
Yes, the feeling out process is taking a bit of time, but once we get into a groove, there's going to be some highlights coming.
Oh, yes.
But the defense right now is flexing.
Smitty with the ball. Quickly doubled. 3 seconds on the shot clock. 3 is up, and it is good.
That's a good-looking shot.
Down.
Farrell. I'm going to call him Farrell. You can do the rest.
Farrell sounds great. We're on first-name basis. John Vini gets it to the baseline, kicks it out to Zion Chase. Clark to the corner. 3 ball is no good. Rebound.
But that's what Clark does so well. Penetration, the vision to kick to the open corner 3.
Pull up for 3.
And
pretty high percentage here for Jordan Smith.
This is a guy that's had a 40-point game with no attempted threes. He's had a 34-point game while going 7 of 9 from 3. We saw him post up on the first 2 possessions. We saw the step back in the mid-range, and now we've seen the pull-up 3. He's gotten into his bag early here in the first 6 minutes.
Just what do you need as Jaimin Vini looks for a 3 ball. Smith with the rebounding. He's looking to push. He gets ahead of the defense, ahead of more of the defense.
He's so fast with the ball in hand. He's just incredibly athletic, obviously, but so fast with the ball.
Jaimin Vini gets defended there at the free throw line. Loose ball goes to PVI. Turk.
St. John's on defense is playing great help D. Pressuring the ball, but no one's getting by anybody.
Deep 3. No good. Rebound long to Jeremy Clark. Vini and 1 if they give it to him, which I think they oughta. And they do.
They do. Nice strong move by Jaimin Vini.
And that's what he had. He didn't have anyone else. This was his option. He saw it and he attacked.
Well, this combo guard with the size and strength to attack, get to the rim, accept contact, and finish with the Indiana offer. ECU, GW, LaSalle, St. Joe's. Plenty more to come for the 6'4" point guard. The Gonzaga transfer transitioning into a new position, and he's doing it effortlessly.
In the old days, you go to Indiana to play basketball, and you're just going to have the greatest time playing Indiana basketball. But now, their football team never loses either.
It's true. And then that's why we got LeVar Keys. We're sending out to Indiana from
right.
DeMatha. We love to send the WCAC guys to the hot spots. They know where to find them.
Smitty elevates and drops it in, looking for a foul. That was pretty effortless as he rose up.
Everything about him is effortless. He's 51-2 lifetime in WCAC play. That's an unheard of stat. I believe percentage-wise has to be one of the greatest of all time. And he's doing it in an era where there's a whole lot of talented teams, not just 3 or 4. Top to bottom, there's 7 to 8 in this conference. What a feed.
The big man from St. Mary's delivers a design, runs baseline.
Nice move. With 1 second on the shot clock, the big finish from the senior.
Keep it a one-possession game here, under 1 minute in the first quarter. As more times than not, Zion Chase stirs the Kool-Aid here at Military Road.
And that's why
That's a dagger from J.R. Mitchell.
it's such a great addition to the program. He fits in with Jordan Smith perfectly. Jordan Smith can play the point guard position, no problem, great vision. You find a guy spotting up like that can knock it down and have such an offensive array of moves. Glenn Farella, who teaches and preaches, play defense first, second, and third, and then I'll give you some offensive freedom. I love that philosophy.
Especially when you can give a guy like J.R. Mitchell offensive freedom. Put back, no good, but that's because he was fouled to go to the line and shoot 2.
I love your usage of the word especially. It's just truly, it's just, I deal with that at home, and it's amazing.
Supposedly, that's the way you say it, but I'm not sure.
And by the way, Ken, I just wanted to add this.
Okay.
Not just the 4th game of today. This is the 6th game. The St. John's and Paul VI freshmen and JV squared off earlier today, and I'm going to have to get Jake on you about that one. But I'm going to give a little shout-out. I went to that JV game, and it was not a JV game at anyone else's conference. But Jackson Sabrick from the Paul VI Panthers coming out of the gates with 25 points in that JV game today, leading them to a 13-point victory. It was a closer game than that. It was a heck of a ball game, and it's a lot of fun when you watch a JV game that looks like a varsity game.
Only in the WCAC. Smitty will hold for the last shot. 3-2. Ball, it's good if it goes, and it's not going to go. 16-12. Coach Farrell and his PBI Panthers and that number 1 ranked team in the nation on top by 4. Coach O'Connor, and in this huddle between the first and the second quarter, letting his team know, hey, we're in this game. What do they need to based on what happened in the first quarter, what do they need to press here out of the gate in the second?
I think they're feeling great. They competed at a high level. They kept Jordan Smith in check. Yes, JR knocked down a couple threes. That's going to happen when you got a guy like Jordan Smith you're dealing with. But overall, I don't think they left themselves open for anything, any cheap and easy possessions on the defensive end. Like some of the games we watched today, slow starting on the offensive side. It's the holidays. People have been traveling. People have been eating. It's not been the typical schedule, and I think that has something to do with the offensive rhythm being off just a little bit. But you'll see what happens in this quarter, and we're going to see it explode here, I think, offensively.
Want to say a special thank you to some folks. Today's broadcast powered by the generous support of Automatic Sports, the DMV's leading game film, live streaming, and highlight providers for over 15 years. Check them out at automaticsports.com. And, of course, partnered with Automatic Sports for so many years, First Amendment Sports. Kevin T. and I been courtside, field side, some of the greatest high school contests, but more importantly, sitting in and amongst so many amazing families and these Catholic school programs all over the DMV and the WCAC, Capital Hoops, Mark Stern and his whole operation. They've been the definition of hustlers since they got on the scene, and we just absolutely love working with those guys. The guys at Legit Stats. Alejandro, make sure he's got his stat-keeping pencil sharp with number 23 on the floor. St. John's will get the ball first.
When was the last time you sharpened a pencil?
I was told that my lawyer said not to. There's an ongoing investigation. John Vini to Jeremy Clark. Vini wants to go inside at the 7-footer. High off the glass. Cream Smith Bay, he takes it back up, and Paul VI on the ground. And I tell you what, Dylan Harsanyi,
nice.
Absolutely playing about as tough a brand of basketball. Actually, I'll tell you what, that was Brian Barr, number 14. I thought that was number 4. Sorry to the Barr family. I did that attempt for nothing. 12 on the shot clock. Vini to the corner.
I'll tell you right now,
Smith
I do like it. They're going to let him play.
He stole it right from him.
That was definitely a snatch and grab.
Oh, yeah. J.R. Mitchell getting a touch over to Turk Brown. He drives.
Great defense right there.
Cream Smith Bay keeping him from being too optimistic underneath there. Here's J.R. Mitchell.
Do you see him find his spot there? I thought that was going down.
They're going to call that off of St. John's. The referees will
Yeah, they got to
discuss
fix
it.
that.
Think
Pat
they'll-
O'Connor's right. Yep.
I think they'll overturn that. It's going to be St.
Yep.
John's ball. Once again, we've seen this refereeing crew over the years plenty, and more times than not, I would argue, they get it right.
It's just so remarkably inspiring to see Coach Pat Behan in the back of that shot there. To have him in the gym, that's his corner now, and I love it. Once a year to come here and see him still loving the game that's driven his passion for his entire life. I can't get enough of it.
Jordan Taylor, the Mustang transfer. John Vini, Gonzaga transfer. Both powering a really impressive start to the season for St. John's. Mixing in a little new with a little of the old, but Coach O'Connor's putting something together, and there's definitely people talking about this Cadets team, and as we know, they're represented in the rankings with the other WCAC teams, not just locally but nationally.
And they represent themselves with nothing but class. I've been around this team, these young men. John Vini, speaking with a bunch of alumni a couple weeks ago after the Gonzaga game, put on a clinic on how to be a class act young man. I think when you're the top of your program, Pat O'Connor is as a class act a human being as you can possibly be. I think that definitely rubs off on this whole entire unit, and that's the most important thing. Coach Farello does a great job. Both these coaches, they want their kids to be great young men first and foremost, and that's a big deal. We can see tonight why it's the most important thing. Those two guys being such close friends of Pat Behan, we're only all here for one reason tonight, and you can take the basketball out of the gym to feel the same way we do.
Quick three, no good. Jordan Smith, Jeremy Clark back the other way quickly for St. John's. Zion Chase takes a step into the lane, does not get the bounce. Jared Mitchell back the other way with the rebound.
Both these teams playing great on the defensive end. There has not been any easy buckets until right now. Nope.
Again, I'm telling you, it's that rim. Been super stingy. It's John Vini. Kicks it, to Cream Smith Bay, who can't hold on to it. It'll be PVI ball. 5.5 minutes to go until halftime. 4-point lead for the Panthers.
The Panther defense has frustrated opponents ever since we've been watching them play basketball. That right there is another example. St. John's has just got to limit some of those turnovers, but it's going to happen against these guys, the reckless way they play. On defense is what I'm talking about.
Six on the shot clock for Turk. Finds a wide open teammate on the blocks. Nice block. It's Braden Young was unable to get it off. Gets it to Turk. He's unable to get it off. We'll have a shot clock violation.
How about that defensive possession? Look at Cream Smith Bay not giving up an inch and getting the block. No foul call. Great play.
You can see Coach Farello's. I mean, BY was just so wide open. It's like a wide receiver with nobody around him trying to catch the ball. Sometimes it's a little harder than it looks.
Yeah. And we always talk about Jordan Smith and how he makes it look easy. Right now, the Cadets defense is making it tough on him. The young man, 7 points up to this point, and we're used to him just filling out a little bit more of that stat sheet. And he is 3 for 7 from the field. And this is a young man, and a game against Spalding earlier this season went 15 for 19. Completely efficient. Right now, we're watching some great defense, and I think we got a lot of that today in the earlier game as well, Ken. And with that rim on this side, it's like having a sixth defender. It's truly weird, and I don't know why they called and asked you to come help soften him up or how you're going to go about that. But
it was a factor in the coin toss, too. We saw the coaches really. PBI is going to be going the other way here in the second half. As Jeremy Clark tells John Manvini to clear out. He wants to go down low. Zion Chase, and he's backed away by.
I love that play.
Turk.
Post up, I'll throw it up high, and you jump up and get it because Jordan Taylor's vertical is ridiculous. There's a couple Jordans out here with ridiculous verticals. What a move by Jeremy Clark. But great help defense, J.R. Mitchell.
Smitty penetrates.
That was so quick.
Gets to the rim.
So quick.
Right away. Trying to go back the other way. And Chase will get fouled on the floor. Good foul by Turk Brown.
Zion Chase, the veteran center, the understanding of the game, the rim runner after a Jordan Smith drive. He's down low, and he sprints to the front of the rim. Great job advancing the ball by St. John's. Playing fast, playing disciplined, making the open pass. Coach O'Connor is fired up. Coach Varela is fired up. This double shot is firing me up.
In WCAC games of this caliber, now we find ourselves in 2026, so we're no longer in December, but we're still early in the high school basketball calendar as things really start heating up at the end of January and into February, culminating with the WCAC tournament at American University. I would hope again this year, if we're lucky. We'll have to get Commissioner Foster to let us know. But either way, we saw Gonzaga St. John's a couple weeks ago. We get St. John's PVI, these early non-league league games.
And it's so much fun. The buzz in the city before the WCAC regular season takes place. And this is a regular season contest.
Yep. Vini
a little bit out of control there.
Jordan Smith was getting his hands on that ball. Finds him again as he rises up and gets the roll.
Rises up is exactly what just happened. He pauses in midair, gets his shoulder squared, and with a feathery touch. I know our guy Darren McClinton, we had his very talented nephew on earlier on for Bullis, has been very instrumental in the development of Jordan Smith, and what an incredible job they've done together to get him to this point.
Jordan Taylor, John and Vini. Little two-man game there as Vini finds himself D'd by Jordan Smith. Kareem Smith-Bay with the three-pointer at the buzzer, no good.
They're saying he didn't get it off. Another 30-second violation. Defense is at a premium tonight in Gallagher Gymnasium. Is Matthew Maynard, the Ireton transfer. A lot of inter-conference transfers rolling around.
Of course, the big man, James DiBattista, the junior center from St. Mary's in Annapolis, a program that joined the Behan Strong Invitational this year.
They got a W in Game 3 tonight over St. Mary's Riken right here.
And they're going to get Argueta with a foul on the floor. No real foul trouble here at this point, over halfway through the second quarter. J.R. Mitchell spinning at the elbow to Mina, thought about it, and he drives.
What a feed.
And the big man with the dish.
That's
underneath.
his game. That's his game. He is crafty, an extremely crafty offensive player. He's not a high riser. He's not going to play above the rim, but he's going to get the job done. And he always makes the right play. Great find there.
Rebound Chase.
That's a strong move
he's
there.
In and one, and that's a big bucket for St. John's, who hadn't had one in a while.
It's true. And he had to earn that one the hard way. Power dribble off 2 feet, initiate contact and finish. And fouls, you got to really, really, really do something to get called for a foul here tonight.
That's right. No blood, no foul. As the league is underway, league play that is. Here comes Jordan Smith. Stake to an 8-point lead, PVI running their offense. Turk Brown gets into the paint and dishes to J.R. Mitchell. And that's a very, very, very good-looking control of the body and the ball as J.R. Mitchell demonstrates strength, speed, and power here.
And that is a great find by Turk Brown. When you get yourself inside the paint there, it causes a little bit of chaos. And Turk Brown does a great job finding J.R. Mitchell, who does a great job finishing.
Yeah, Turk's built so strong. He got his back to the basket in the paint. And that's when the Cadets had themselves beat, because then you got guys cutting like J.R. Mitchell. That's dangerous. Jeremy Clark. Jordan Taylor. Vini downstairs to Zion as he spins in the lane and gets turned around. But J.R. Mitchell's coming back the other way for PVI. He's looking to attack the hole. It'll be knocked out of bounds by St. John's. PVI ball.
Good hustle back down court by James DiBattista. This game is moving fast up and down, but we haven't settled in yet, Ken.
No.
Nothing's easy. Both defenses are creating such chaos for the offensive teams.
Mina,
though.
another dish. And that time, Dylan Harsanyi.
Matt Mina is a dangerous passer from the inside of the paint. I was going to think right there that was either some type of crime or possibly a foul. They are definitely getting after it. Backside. Great find.
When's the 1-and-1s in this game, Kev?
Never.
Nice pick up top.
Now they got a mismatch down low with DiBattista.
Ball is too far away for them to get there. As Kareem Smith-Bay gets to the hole, and he'll go to the line.
Now, that's called putting your head down and getting to the rim there. He was
right.
like a truck coming through the paint.
And they need these points as we get close to the fourth quarter, and you don't want to give Glenn Farello and the PVI Panthers that big of a lead heading into the final frame.
No, it's a big minute 37 here on the clock for the Cadets. Need to convert on the freebies from the stripe, which they've had a tough time doing in this first half. They could use a couple defensive stops here. Keep this thing somewhere around single digits before half and regroup at halftime. But I think they've been playing great on defense. It's just a matter of getting into some type of rhythm on the offensive end.
Second's good. 11-point game. BY inbounding it to Smitty. 1.5 to go in the first half. PVI in control of this game early. Quick double there for Jordan. Mina with the ball. He's dangerous, but John Vini gets in that passing lane. Finds Zion Chase. Corner three's up. No good. Rebound. Chase. He'll go to the line. This is exactly what Coach O'Connor needs.
That's exactly who this basketball team is, a defensive team that creates their offensive opportunities on the defensive end of the floor. They want to play fast. They want to go. In a half-court set, these Paul the Six Panthers, they're nasty on defense. So big-time play there, getting a hand in the passing lane by Jaimin Vini. Zion Chase, been rim running all night long. Going to have to convert here at the line.
I don't think there's anyone necessarily in foul trouble. And Coach Farello has worked his bench pretty well as they have 5 fouls in the second quarter. But more than anything else, to be able to get to the line every time the ref blows a whistle for the Cadets is huge. As Kareem Smith-Bay gets the rebound. Jeremy Clark, no good. Jordan Taylor causes a little bit of a ruckus down there, which results in St. John's Cadets maintaining possession of the ball.
That's a vicious rebound there by Jaimin Vini, just ripping the ball and creating a new possession for the team.
Inbounds.
Here we go. Oh!
Now they're going to get a foul, and he won't go to the line.
It was on the floor, and it was a smart play because one of the coolest things that Jordan Smith does.
We're waiting for it, right?
He's so fast with the ball, sometimes he has to go off the wrong foot dunk, and he dunks it on the way by, and it is so fun to watch. I mean, I've not seen an athlete of his age have the ability to do something like that. The wrong foot drive-by dunk is sick.
Vini in control, lets Smitty pass him by, picks up the 2.
Huge stop here, huge possession here on defense for the Cadets to keep this thing right at double digits with a chance to cut it to 5 or 6. Easier said than done when 23 is out there dribbling at the timeline.
Panthers willing to let the clock roll. Get to halftime here with the lead if they can. Mina's cutting. That's a big cutter. Off his foot. No good. Coming back the other way is Jeremy Clark. They have time. They don't need to be. And now, by the way, did you see how high Jordan Smith got?
Yes.
It wasn't blocked, but it was blockable. Kicked out of hands.
Oh, Mina.
That's good. And
you knew
off
it.
The
You
glass.
just knew it. You just knew he was making that shot.
That is a dagger at the buzzer.
The St. John's Cadets had held the number 1 team in the nation to 26 points up until that final second and a half. They're doing fantastic on that side. Straighten some things out at halftime, Coach O'Connor, and we're in for a big show.
Look at Mina go. We'll be back for some second half action. 29-20, Behan Strong Invitational. Welcome back. Second half of action here at St. John's in the Behan Strong Invitational. Make sure you remember the reason for the season, the QR code up on the right-hand side of the website to donate. Below the scoreboard, help us in our efforts to help Pat fight ALS, raise awareness, and generally be the badass champion that we've always known him to be. And because of the warrior spirit in him on an annual basis, these high school basketball programs show up and give us absolute great performances. St. John's PVI coming down the stretch, and Jordan Smith right on cue, attacking the rim, left hand, picks up where he left off. 11 points in the first half. He's got 13. Kevin?
No, I agree that he did have 11 in the first half, and you're correct. That now means he has 13. Well done, sir.
Thank you. Smith Bay, blocked by Mina. Bounce pass to J.R. Mitchell. And nice look inside. And Mina a little bit jumpy with the ball. It was pretty wide open there. Zion Chase,
it's one a great
extra
find.
Pass. And Smith Bay buries the corner three.
This kid's a 4-star with super big-time offers. I mean, he's really blossomed this year. And the number 1 ranked sophomore in Washington, D.C., one of the top sophomores in the country, Kareem Smith Bay. Good to see him knocking down that corner three. Great extra pass.
It's good to see John Mavini working against Jordan Smith, two of the better defending players, two of the better athletes in the conference. And on cue, Jordan Smith gets to the rim. It's pretty hard to stop.
And you're right. Both of those guys are leading their team in scoring right now. But when you can just hover in the air for like a couple seconds, it makes it easier to make layups. So I hear.
Yeah, he didn't. I guess he didn't pay the gravity bill. I guess I don't know how that works, but he made the extra one there, and now he is starting to put the points on the board here for PVI as they stretch the lead to 11.
And the Cadets are looking to put some points on the board, going 1 of 8 from 3 in the first half. Great to see Kareem Smith Bay, if you're a Cadets fan, knock that one down.
J.R. Mitchell knocks that out of bounds. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Second half action underway here at the Behan Strong Invitational, final game of the day.
I haven't seen Pat O'Connor this animated. He's working the baseline ref. He just came up to the half court to work the ref at the top. He's slightly frustrated.
Mid-season form. Zion Chase looking for the whistle to blow on the contact. J.R. Mitchell, I mean, just using the rim as an extra blocker there as he gently places the ball off the glass.
Man, do the Cadets need a bucket right here. And Coach O'Connor knows it, takes his time. Going to draw something up because he knows the boys need a bucket.
We get a look.
When you watch him dribbling and he's flying by people without the ball, I think you get an idea of the caliber athlete we're discussing here.
Coach Ferrello, you know, some might say he's got something going on out there at PVI in his basketball program. I don't know.
Just a little bit.
I don't know. Want to say thank you to some folks here. Let's start with the good folks here at St. John's. President Haley, Brian Griffin, Dennis Hart, Pat Ward. I can't forget Corey. I can't forget all the deans of students, all the folks who take their time away from their families on a holiday weekend at St. John's specifically to give their time for this cause and to be on hand, really, to support this effort. So thank you, to the good folks at St. John's. Obviously, the St. John's community has rallied around Pat Behan, rallied around awareness for the fight against ALS. And so many people are so generous with their time and efforts here at St. John's.
Those are the people that make the Cadets planet go around.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great place to spend a lot of time.
Turk Brown Thought he had a turnover there. Jeremy Clark gets it back, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jordan Smith just always seems to be on the ball. Like, he's just always on the ball.
Because he's great at it.
Jordan Taylor kicks it out. Turk Brown causes the shot clock violation, and Coach Farello is excited.
Yeah.
That's for him, and the way he coaches basketball and the way his program is, a shot clock violation, that's it. That's everything.
Yeah, an empty possession out of a timeout is a big deal, especially up 13. You can tell these two guys love each other and they want to beat the hell out of each other. It's like playing your brother. Like there's no love lost when there's time on the scoreboard. We can be friends afterwards. And that's going to get the goaltending call.
Goaltending. Zion got up there. He climbed up to where only Jordan Smith usually is.
I think it hit the glass first.
Jaiman on Mina. He sees something he likes and he rises up. No good. J.R. Mitchell back the other way.
This Paul VI defense in the third quarter has been brutal.
Mina with the rebound. And he spins around looking to put it back in. He's going to draw the foul and he'll go to the line and shoot two. And you could tell the way that Jordan Smith is accelerating towards the hoop. He's looking for an opportunity to elevate and lay one down. .20 on the shot clock. Mina to Jordan. Jordan directs a little bit of traffic there from outside. Picks up the double. J.R. Mitchell now working on Smith Bay. Goes lefty.
Smith Bay, big-time defensive play, gets the Cadets the ball back. He's been making those dirty plays on defense all night long.
And he'll get a breather. Steve Mateta will step in for the Cadets.
DiBatteto's been in the game on offense, and they've been posting him and running high pick and roll. He came into this program as a three-point shooter, and I like how Coach O'Connor has got him underneath the basket a little bit, defending the rim on defense and giving very productive minutes. They certainly can use that 6'11" size.
Right now, you'd say he's one of, if not the biggest guy on the floor right now. Braden Young steps in the lane, gets the
Paul VI is really
interception.
frustrating the St. John's offense.
J.R. Mitchell spins down and bounces up. It's going to be foul on the floor, but
It's a good call. It was on the floor. It was a foul.
you get a sense of how strong number 22 is. 'Cause it didn't look like he was even being held down as he jumped right on up. Shot falls, 17-point lead for PVI. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And the Cadets need a little something here. Jeremy Clark to Jaiman Vini for three. Jordan Smith
What
with
a
the rebound.
rebound.
And there he is. And here he goes. There he is! Jordan
Oh my
Smith.
Lord. He broke the hole. I think he broke the rim.
Zion Chase on the other side. Brandon Young. Here goes Jordan Taylor, and he puts it down. And then we get two rim rattlers in a row. But
But from the two highest flyers
Jordan Smith
in Washington, D.C. right now.
requesting permission to buzz the towers. Turk Brown delivers it from three, and this PVI Panther offense is on fire.
They wear you down methodically on defense and that has to be a foul. An explode on offense. Smart play by Jaiman Vini. Veteran move there to get the man up in the air and get to the stripe. Settle this momentum down a little bit.
Yeah, 20-point game quickly here for the
Here
Panthers.
we go. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that's high flying. And here goes Jordan Taylor. 2 hands, 2 feet.
You know, that's a 10-foot rim.
Just 10 feet. Believe you'll find that's the same dimensions of our rim back home. Coach Farrell brings in Mina, Barr, and Farrell. Gets the roll. Cuts the deficit by 2. 3 minutes to go here in the third. I don't know that I've seen 23 take a break. Turk Brown gets the ball back with under 15 to go on the shot clock as he attacks Kareem Smith-Bay in the paint. Baseline delivery. And it doesn't roll in for Jordan Smith.
Ooh, late foul call.
Are they going to send 23 to the line? Yep.
Looking for his 20th point on the night. Sorry, looking for his 21st point on the night. Shout out to these amazing statisticians here with me. One doing more than the other. My two favorite ladies, Erin Ricka and Kylie Ricka. Kylie, you got to learn how to do this someday.
Makes the second. Or here we go. 20-point game, 2:40. Third quarter. Jaimin Vini gets the benefit of a Jordan Smith fall down and takes advantage of it. That's about the best you can do.
He's tough as nails. Jaimin Vini is a heck of a player as well. He is going head to head, and he hasn't changed his game. He hasn't gotten outside of himself. He's just doing what he does, playing within himself, leading his team in scoring and toughness. As he shows right there on the defensive end in that matchup.
St. John's looking to push. Clark for 3 off the front side.
Great hands by Turk Brown, getting his team the ball back with headsy play. Yep. He's such a throwback point guard, Ken. He is a offense running, pass first dog as the head of the snake on the defensive end. I don't think he's made a turnover. He's extremely reliable.
Built like a tank, too. These point guards in the WCAC these days, they can play with their backs to the ball. They can get down low like that. Nice and easy. Dish to Mina. Down low. They're going to call a foul on PVI. It'll be St. John's ball.
Old Turk Brown heading to Florida Gulf Coast. What a cool place to go play some hoops.
What do they call that? They call that a 3-second? Mina causing a little friction there, stopping the play. Foul on the floor, be their second team foul. I mean, you're not going to get past him. I mean, he was there.
Well, that's where we're in agreement. I slightly disagree with the friction term.
Why? Just look frictiony. Jaimin, 15 on the shot clock, working on J.R. Mitchell. And do my eyes deceive me, or do I see Jordan Smith taking a breather? What, at least, if not the first time today, one of the first times today, and he's getting a little bit of a chance to rest.
And you notice as soon as that happened, Jaimin Vini attacks the front of the rim and gets to the stripe.
Cadets have struggled from the free throw line today.
And there's your guy. It was just a quick break.
Just to get a little sip.
Break.
Does that count as actually coming out? You didn't actually miss any game action. Turk Brown.
We'll have to talk to Alejandro.
Yes, I don't know. We'll have to see what he says. Smith, body control, up top, working on Kareem Smith-Bay.
Kareem Smith-Bay's been awesome on defense tonight, all night.
Another good defensive play there.
Absolutely.
And this is PVI not giving up on a ball, and the ball bounces back to a team that works hard on defense. There's Vini pushing it. And that ball, BY gets a hand on it, but they get the ball back. Second try is good.
Vini's been a stud.
Yep. leading this team tonight here at St. John's on the floor.
Competing at an extremely high level, accepting the challenge of the matchup. I really love the way this kid plays ball.
10 on the shot clock. Just working a little clock here. As one step is all he needs to get past the defense.
That was just...
Then he gets airborne. Air traffic control clears him for takeoff. And Jeremy Clark for three.
That's Vini down there.
Oh, that was Jaiman. 2 1s, not just 1-1. And with 3.8 seconds on the clock, St. John's will get some work at the free throw line here to close it out.
I mean, at 6'2", to have a 6'10" wingspan, it really allows you to do some creative things on the offensive side of the floor. But what mayhem gets caused on defense with this guy. What did we get, a tech?
It looks like 2 shots in the ball. I didn't see anything egregious, but things were happening fast there at the end there as Cream Smith Bay will inbound. And going into the fourth quarter, would love to get some points here. The Cadets would. As Vini off the backboard, no good. That'll do it after 3 frames, and the PVI Panthers in control of this game, the Behan Strong Invitational. A reminder of why we're here today. 1 quarter to go. Wanted to remind everybody, Pat Behan, an inspiration to us all, to thousands of people around the country. We encourage you to join us in his fight against ALS. QR codes there on the screen, websites there on the screen. Be a partner in his fight against ALS. Help us, help our friend, and more than anything else, be a part of something that gets more and more special every year we get a chance to do it here at St. John's. Not only is it amazing high school basketball, in fact, the best high school basketball in the universe, you'd have to say.
I agree.
But you also get to be surrounded by a lot of good folks who are here for reasons other than trying to win a basketball game. And it's fun to see, and we appreciate everybody who has decided to become a partner in this with us. So thank you for your contributions, and thank you for continuing to enjoy really what this league does best. We talk about the first C being the most important one in this conference, and it's never been more on display than on days like this from every single program who participated, all the families, all the players. Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. And another thing this conference does fantastic, Ken, is play defense. And right now the Paul VI Panthers holding the Cadets to less than 25% from the field after 3 quarters. I mean, that's fantastic defense is what that is. And the St. John's Cadets have been getting some open looks, but they've had to fight for them, where it's come a little bit easier at about a 50% clip on the night for the Panthers.
Jordan Smith on Vini, spins around, rises up, and it is no good. Rebound BY underneath, and that's going to be a tie-up, I believe, and they will call it as such. Arrow goes to the Panthers. Good defense again. I like when the arrow is pointing to the team that just made them, like the aggressive defensive play. In this case, it happens to be the road team, so not everyone is sharing my joy, but you just like to see that. You know, you want to see the referee come through and point in the direction of the guy who created the scrap. Smith Bay getting some space from Mina off the front of the iron, and he will draw the foul.
He initiated the contact, but you all right?
Front side is good.
If Alejandro's doing the stats, that's the second time we've almost had to do the Heimlich in tonight's broadcast.
Do you have some brisk tea?
I do. Here, let me wash that down. It's brisk, baby.
That's what I need for my throat. Super brisk. Thank you, sir. Turk Brown looking great in that PVI uniform. Coach Ferrello just always finds these amazing athletes and it turns them into young men who represent their community so well, but also play a hell of a game of basketball. In this program.
Here's the matchup right here. I think they're going to get John McVitie.
Yeah, they got him
there, but
great spinner. Oh, Jace Jordan
he didn't
Smith
make
couldn't
it.
put it back in, but he was there, hanging out. Under 10 as Mina drives the baseline, dishes, no good from Barr. Chase with the rebound, coming back the other way. Mina giving chase. Turk Brown with the interception. And here comes Jordan Smith the other way. They have numbers. It's really one number that matters most of the time. It's number 23.
It's very true. Because he just went at 3 defenders and elevated over everyone and forced the foul call.
It was 4-on-3, but 1-on-3 was really all. They were outnumbered with 1-on-3. Year in and year out, we get an amazing chance to talk about the amazing things that go on over at PVI. So for all you folks out there in Chantilly and beyond, the PVI community, you guys are awesome. Everybody, everyone knows that we all talk about it. It's a great school community. And I love to watch the way you support your teams, and especially, and you deserve to have a great teams to root for. And Coach Ferrello delivers that every single year as Jordan Smith.
As number 23 gets his 23rd point of the evening.
Kareem Smith-Bay again working on Mina. And Jordan
the
Smith.
length of Jordan Smith, and I would have done the same thing. You don't want to watch him thunder dunk it one more time.
I'll tell you what, Mina he had a head of steam. A head of steam, Mr. DeStefano. Legend in the booth with us tonight.
A recent inductee to the St. John's Hall of Fame, up here watching some hoops from the best seats in the house, Ken. 6 minutes to go, and it has just been a defensive battle. But somehow this guy right here doesn't get a foul call in that possession.
The whistle was swallowed. Might be a function of the score, but at the same time, the no-look pass.
It's a great pass.
Clark in the corner, no good. Rebound, J.R. Mitchell. Jaimin Vini catches the floater that's no good from J.R. Mitchell. Quickly doubles the ball, now calls a timeout, Coach O'Connor. And that gives us an opportunity to thank our crew, the good folks that have given their time so generously today behind the camera, on the sticks. Patrick Volk earlier today, a St. John's student, we had an opportunity to involve in this event, which is great. We always want to make sure we get as many St. John's students involved in this as we possibly can. But how about Damar Gordon, Tommy Davis, Evan David, Harlan Badowski? You guys are awesome. Of course, led by our general, Luke David, who is in the video village somewhere. No one knows where he is. He's hidden. We're all in different spots today. Griff likes to keep us guessing, and that's what we love about Griff.
Well, I do love the spot we're in, and I've enjoyed this game. I think we were hoping for something a little more open, but when you think about how these two teams defend, I'm not surprised they're shocked at all by this low-scoring outcome. But I'm watching this Paul VI team, and I'm watching the Cadets, and I'm going over in the pregame. Jordan Smith is averaging 1 billion points a game, and tonight he's got his 23 and a low-scoring outcome. But in 5 games against ranked teams, he's averaging 28 a game. I think he might get to that clip again tonight here. This guy just gets it done without, I would say, hogging the ball. He plays within the system. He's got a right-hand man in J.R. Mitchell that is, what an addition. The mean one, Matthew Mina, out there just getting it done
so mean.
Creatively on offense, and we mean that in nothing but glowing terms.
Vini.
He's awesome. Jaimin
Nice.
Vini is a great basketball player.
Good rebound. He created his own space with a jump step down below the basket and got the ball to the rim quick, fast, and in a hurry.
He's playing his guts out tonight.
And he's got the hardest assignment in high school basketball as he's D'd up on number 23 all night.
Legitimately, specifically.
And there's a Jeremy Clark. He's got a trailer if he wants it, but he's going to take it with the left hand. It cuts the lead to 13.
I thought he was going to throw that one up in front of the rim, and we were going to see some fireworks from Jordan Taylor, but smart play by Jeremy Clark.
Can St. John's sneak back into this with a couple defensive stops?
Another guy you got to say, Kareem Smith-Bay on the defensive end has been incredible.
And there he is again, getting the ball to Zion Chase. No dribbles, in and one. And I'll tell you what, he makes this free throw. We're talking about a 10-point game with 4.5 to go. Coach O'Connor knows what's happening, and he also knows what's happening. It's Coach Ferrello as he calls a timeout.
Yeah, last 3 possessions, defensive stop, advance the ball down court as fast as possible, easy bucket. You start playing defense at this level and getting turnovers and making easy buckets, it's a lot better than getting into a half-court set against these monsters on defense. And we've seen that. Now we're back to an 11-point game. It was just 20 a couple seconds ago. And if St. John's keeps hanging in there, we can get this whittled down. We might have something in store for us.
I'll tell you what, though, Griff does not want this going to overtime because he's going to the Chapel Rowan concert tonight, and he knows every song by heart. And I'll tell you what, I saw him earlier today, and he's excited. He's very excited.
I am not going to be complicit in this conversation.
11-point game with 4 minutes and 24 seconds to go. People are getting I say people are getting what they paid for. People are getting what they donated to a great cause for. Two good high school programs battling out in the fourth quarter.
And I just want to say one thing. A guy that St. John's is missing tonight, on the court, on the bench, at any level, one of the greatest leaders of all time, Tariq Boney. He is a part of this team, but today he participated in the Under Armour All-American game. I watched the first quarter before I had to come down here. Not had to. Was lucky enough to come down here. Shout out to Tariq Boney, who will be coming off the bench for this team when he returns from this Under Armour All-American game he participated in today. Our guy had 3 sacks in the first quarter. I can't wait to see what else happened.
Yeah.
But shout out to Tariq Boney, a leader on this basketball team, a guy who came to St. John's to play basketball, played 4 years of hoops. He's sticking to his Michigan commitment, and I think they got the right coach for him. That's our first wedgie of the season, Ken.
Kareem Smith-Bay wedgied us right here.
With 4:20 on the clock, we got our first wedgie of the season.
Unbelievable. At least it wasn't an atomic one. That's Jordan Smith crosses the timeline. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Coach Ferrello wants to work clock, but he wants to get points. And I'll tell you what, that's the first mistake I've seen Jordan Smith make all day, and it was just a miscommunication.
It was.
Between him and his teammate.
But defense, fast pace, Jaimin Vini to the hole, that's a foul.
No
Coach
call.
O'Connor is going to lose his mind.
Kareem Smith-Bay,
Coach O'Connor just You think this matters to him?
He was looking for a little support from the baseline ref. Finally got it.
And when Pat Behan was initially diagnosed with ALS and he was looking for a little support, it was from Pat O'Connor and Glenn Ferrello,
Yes.
2 of his main guys. And right now, watching Coach O'Connor getting after it, you can tell what this means, how he's inspired. He doesn't want to go down there and look at Coach Behan. The first guy that Coach Behan hugged when 2023 champion was wrapped up with Pat O'Connor. And what an amazing job the assistant coach did to earn his job right here today. And I know the whole St. John's community should be proud of the leader that the Cadets have of this basketball program. He does things correctly always. Jaimin Vini adding on to his big-time night here.
10-point game.
People are going to see how he competed tonight and what he did. In this tape, he's got plenty of offers, but he's got plenty more coming, man.
And they get the switch. Jeremy Clark now on Jordan Smith, who spins at the baseline, kicks it to J.R. Mitchell. Deep 3, no good. Zion Chase coming back the other way.
The fourth quarter defense from the Cadets has been extremely amazing. That's about 5 consecutive possessions that they have just smothered Paul VI offensively.
Vini rises up with an elbow. First block in of your around the world game. That's not the way I would be shooting it, but that's because I don't have what Jaimin's got. He's got a hell of a game, and he's pulled him within 8 points.
his shot-making ability, his courage, and his effort have been standing out big time tonight.
And there's Zion Chase stepping into the passing lane, and he's going to – he kind of – oh, my – he lost his footing. Kareem Smith-Bay gets it back, hands it off to Jordan Taylor.
What a feed. And he's going to get – oh!
They're going to get him for a travel. St. John's –
he got caught in midair.
Just got stymied by a variety of factors here on their offensive end, and it just didn't work out for him.
Great play by the senior, anticipating, getting the steal. Couldn't convert the bucket, but right now, Paul VI has been scattered offensively in the last few minutes.
That would have been a huge, huge swing if they could have gotten some points out of that. Credit, obviously, I mean, as much as St. John's was pushing that ball, it was almost like a receiver who hadn't really come with full possession yet. As St. John's had the ball going their way, but PVI was kind of just alive the whole time. Turk Brown gets the ball to number 23. And he's got every trick in the book. And the ball always finds him back. 3 on the shot clock. Races up for 3. No good. Rebound to Vini.
Jaimin Vini on the defensive end again. He's digging in. He's having one of his best performances of his career here tonight. What a find.
Jordan Taylor. And he rattles the rim above, and he's trying not to. He's obviously, that's not a foul. You got a man below the basket.
Smart, and he was taking care of Jordan Smith down there on the ground.
Correct.
And I like the no call. You've been letting him play all night. Don't stop now.
By the way, nothing but a 6-point game here with 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter as Jordan Taylor, with a high percentage two-hander, brings the Cadets into striking distance.
Well, I just got a text message, and I just want to know, I want to let Steve Turner know that we love you too, Coach, and we miss you, and we hope you're doing well down in the Sunshine State. But yes, we definitely got paid handsomely by both coaches.
Yes, without a doubt.
They let us sit at half court without paying for a ticket, and we're good with that deal.
Yeah, I miss you, Stevie, and I wish you nothing but the absolute best. Would love to see you here dancing on the sidelines as you are wont to do.
Well, I'll say this. Hey, Prolific Prep is the only blemish on the Paul VI record, and Montverde swept in and had a big-time upset.
Yes, they did.
Prolific Prep, and we've seen Steve do that once or twice. We talked about it earlier. Steve Turner and Pat Behan, the only 2 head coaches that have ever beat Jordan Smith in WCAC play. How about that stat for Jordan Smith? You kidding me?
Not too shabby.
51-2, 22-0 at home, 21-1 on the road, and 8-1 in the playoffs. In the greatest conference in all of the land, I'm saying we're sending a great one somewhere next year. And as a son of a Duke alum, I hope he goes down to Durham.
Sure.
To be honest with you.
Well, he can go anywhere, obviously, and he's going to have the greatest choices ever. As his stutter stop up and in.
He's pretty good.
That was a pretty easy-looking layup as he pushes it to 8 points.
By the way, Steve, for $50, we'll say whatever else you want.
Yeah, that's right. Jeremy Clark with 14 on the shot clock. He gets to the corner a little awkwardly, but kicks it over. Jaimin Vini, and he gets the sliding. Taylor, it's Jordan Smith who wants it.
You got a foul call, I think.
Yeah, they'll call it on the floor, and they'll call it against.
I thought they were going to call a shuffle step there.
Yeah, me too, but I think they got Smith-Bay with just a little touch.
How about the Cadets battling back in this fourth quarter and putting up an incredible defensive performance to get themselves back in it, but they sure need to stop right now, right here, to stay in this one.
I love what Coach Ferrello does. I mean, when you have a player like Jordan Smith, as he spins around, gets into the paint and dishes in the last second to Jared Mitchell, who knocks it in. Well executed play as Vini. Now he attacks the paint. And Barr hits the deck hard, but pulls up.
Uh-oh.
And they were looking for it there. They were looking for a little alley-oop. And the three-pointer
Dagger.
is good.
That is a game ender right there. Nice dive right there. That's a big-time shot.
And hopefully
Dylan Harsanyi.
Just a cramp here is what we're hoping for. It's Kareem Smith-Bays on the baseline. I was going to say the cool thing about what Coach Ferrello has going on, because he just always has, obviously, he attracts talent, basketball talent, but the program that he runs, you can't do it with just one guy. But with Jordan Smith, it's clearly a team that runs through number 23 as it should. Think about how easy it would be to even do more with number 23. It seems like he's always on the ball on defense. It seems like he always has the ball at some point of every offensive possession. It's not just we've seen great players come through who are good at getting the ball and shooting, great defenders, great centers with great hands. But this guy is the kind of player that you literally everything has to do with him, but in a way that's not about selfishness. It's not about greed in terms of the team trying to get to him. I mean, it's everything. Everything that they get with him at the center of their team. See, it's so balanced, and it has so much to do with some of these other kids who Glenn Ferrello puts around these Jordan Smiths, like the J.R. Mitchells.
Let me say this also, Ken, and as we got Kareem Smith-Bay getting up and walking off the court, that's a big deal. And my preparations for game night tonight, and Turk Brown, yes. But my preparations for game night tonight, going through and watching some of these videos, you young ball players, no one's going to have Jordan Smith-type athleticism. But what you can have is his mindset. When he talks about his teammates and just being a cog in the wheel, and he just deflects anything that says that it should be about him. He's the anti-narcissist. He's the best teammate. Yes. I'm telling you, this kid is a special kid on and off the floor. And if you want to raise your game up to a new level, watch his interviews and understand a little bit about what drives 23, because he's a machine.
Kick to the corner. 3 ball is up, and it is good. As Caden Argueta with a quick 3 makes it a 10-point game with 19.4 seconds to go. We look forward to hopefully seeing everybody here a couple more times in the final timeout of this Behan Strong event here. We look forward to being at St. John's to cover this program, and as well as the WCAC tournament. Just want to make sure nobody misses an opportunity to get that QR code on the top of the screen, to get that donation website on the bottom of the screen. Get involved, be a part of this. I heard Coach O'Connor say earlier, behanstrong@gmail.com is an email address. Anybody can open and send a message of encouragement to Pat and Natalie. I highly encourage everyone to do that. He loves getting messages from folks. He will respond. And so behanstrong@gmail.com is, I believe, what Coach O'Connor said before the game started. 5 minutes. Message of encouragement to a man who definitely deserves it is Jordan Smith. He'll draw the foul. I believe we're not shooting yet, Kev, are we?
Ken?
We're shooting. We're shooting. We are shooting. Am I shooting or are you shooting? I'm not sure.
You once said you could make how many free throws out of 100?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. Coach Turner's going to tutor me.
We just talked about him averaging 28 against the 5 best teams on his roster, and now Jordan Smith is at 28 on the night. He's got almost half his team's points. He's been just a joy to watch, but I do like the way the St. John's Cadets competed tonight.
That's right.
They couldn't get anything to fall early, and that's been the name of the game for a couple teams here tonight. It's always an odd time coming off break. Some travel, like we said, family, holiday, food, fun, all that stuff.
Kev, I heard someone say once that it's really hard to match up with the number 1 team in the country most days.
It is. And but they got better tonight here.
Yeah, they sure did.
And this WCAC season, this is just the appetizer. We are getting to the meat of it, and it's going to be a blast in 2026.
Jack Colligan, number 12, gets some airtime here. Closing seconds of the Behan Strong Invitational 2026 edition. PVI 61, St. John's 49 in the final game of a great day for a great cause. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of it. We will see you soon.